In the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna tells us the dharmic person, the right person, the wise person, to that person, a lump of clay, a handful of dirt, and a brick of gold are the same. Now that's amazing, because one of the great emphases of the Gita is on discrimination, what we call vivek. Being able to see light from dark, truth from untruth. So there's no way that Krishna is saying, thou shalt have the power of discrimination, and thou shalt be unable to determine the difference between wet, sloppy clay, dry sand, and a hard brick of gold. So he's not saying that. What does he mean? The wise man is one to whom these three things are the same. What does it mean? It means that in terms of that which is important, that which we need for our lives, that which is bringing us the joy, the peace, the meaning, the fulfillment, that which is helping us go where we are supposed to go in our lives. Each of them is just as likely to help us get there as the next. To most of us, the brick of gold is the answer. If I just had that brick of gold, or 10 bricks of gold, or 100 bricks of gold, then I'd be peaceful. Then I'd be joyful. Then everything would be perfect. Then I'd have time to meditate. Then I'd come to temple. Then I'd be nice to my family. Then I'd become a vegetarian. Then I would do this. Then I would do that. That gold is the key. But what Krishna reminds us of is no. Sure, it brings a little bit of extra convenience. It brings some luxury. It brings some efficiency. But that's not what we're here for. There's nothing in any scripture that says, thou shalt become a billionaire. Thou shalt be a CEO. Thou shalt win the lottery. No. Thou shalt recognize thy divine nature. Thou shalt unite with me. Thou shalt realize the divine in all. Nothing wrong with having the wealth. He doesn't say the brick of gold is bad. It's great. Clay is great. Dirt is great. Gold is great. They do different things. They're each useful in a variety of ways. But for what we need for our lives, none of them is going to give it to us. There's a wonderful story that I love to tell of a woman who's out in the street in the night, and she's searching on the road under a streetlight. And a wise man walks by and he says, Mother, what are you searching for? Can I help you? She says, I've lost my key. I'm looking for my key. And he says, oh, Mother, let me help you. He gets down on his hands and knees and he helps her search. And after some time, they don't find it. He says, Mother, where did you lose your key? Oh, she says, I left it in the house. He says, well, then why in the world are you searching for it out in the road? And she says, because in the house it's dark. I have no light. Outside there's this very, very bright street light. So I thought, let me come out here and search where it's light. He says, Mother, go back in the house. It may be dark, but that's where you'll find your key. You won't find it out here. It's not here. Now here's the point of this story. There's nothing wrong with being in the road in the night. If that woman had said, I'm out here enjoying the moonlight, I'm taking a walk, I'm getting some fresh air. Wonderful. The only problem was that she was looking for a key that wasn't there. And in the same way in our lives, there's nothing wrong with having all of the wealth, having all of the titles, all the degrees, all the success. The only problem comes when we think that in that is where I will find the key to my peace, to my happiness, to my meaning in life. But we think it's outside, just like the woman thought it was outside, where it's very bright, in the store windows, in the catalogs, on the computer, in the advertisements. And then what ends up happening is we become pawns in the hands of the media. We start buying all of the things that they want us to buy because we think that's where we'll find our peace and our joy. Look at what advertising does. They're not selling us products. They're selling us happiness. They're selling us peace. Look, for example, at a commercial for soap. What does soap do? This is my favorite example. What does soap do? It cleans us. So, a commercial for soap that we're honest would say, this brand of soap cleans us better than that brand of soap. If you use Zest, we will clean this many millions of micrograms of bacteria off of your skin better than that brand of soap. But nobody says that. What does a commercial for soap look like? A beautiful woman is lathering up in the shower while she's singing. Her equally beautiful husband comes into the bathroom, he's also singing. Flash forward a few minutes, they're in the kitchen. Their child has gotten himself up, had a bath, dressed himself, done his homework, had his breakfast, he's ready to go for school. We're not selling soap. We're selling happy families. And the message is, if you don't feel like singing in the morning, if no one walks into that bathroom and sings to you while you're in the shower, if you've got to drag your kid out of bed and force him to have a bath and force him to eat his breakfast and force him to do his homework, the problem is you're using the wrong brand of soap. Buy this brand of soap and your family will look like that. Buy this brand of car and your kids will sing in the back seat rather than try to strangle each other like our kids do. Oh, problem is the car. Of course it's not. But when we think that this brick of gold is the answer, when we spend our lives looking for that meaning, for that joy, for that value in things outside, we spend our lives changing our brand of soap, changing our brand of car, not getting any closer. And so Krishna reminds us, no, it's not in any of them. It's within you already. Hanumanji reminds us the same thing. At the end of the war of Lanka, after he has saved the day, when Sita Mata gives him this beautiful pearl necklace, telling him, this is very, very precious, Hanuman. It's a gift. You've saved the day. Very precious this is. What does Hanumanji do? He takes that pearl necklace, that ever so precious pearl necklace, and starts to bite the pearls, one by one in half, examining them from top to bottom, left to right, biting them, spitting them out, one by one. Until finally Sita Ma says, Hanuman, what are you doing? I told you this was a very, very precious necklace. You're biting the pearls, you're spitting them out. And he says, Sita, if this is precious, my Lord Ram will be in every pearl. I'm looking for Ram in these pearls because you said it's precious. If it's precious, Ram is in here. If Ram is not here, it's worthless. So I'm biting them looking for my Ram. So we're reminded over and over again that which is valuable, that which is precious, is that divine, that connection to God that lives within us, that lives outside of us, that lives in everyone. That's the most valuable thing in our lives. That's what's precious. Everything else is just mere efficiency, convenience, luxury, comfort. But we all know that neither comfort nor luxury nor convenience brings that sleep in the night. We can stay in a 5-star resort, in a gold-posted bed, but it doesn't bring our sleep. We still need to remember to take our sleeping pills. That which is valuable is that connection with